Yeah, so yesterday I had a very extraordinary moment sitting out on the veranda very early in the morning, and yeah, I was really just sitting there thinking, I'm just going to trust Spirit to go through me and tell me what I need to do next. And other than that, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the moment. And so that's what I did. And then this inspiration come to me through this emptiness, this void, this nothingness that I had probably allowed myself to experience. And it's very connected to the meditations that I had been having. So first of all, I want to explain to you, well, first of all, I better introduce myself for all those that haven't seen me before. My name is Bobbie Richardson. I am a seer, a channeler, I'm very, very empathic. I can almost connect to any animal, person, or I just have this great insight of things. My mum could always see things that others couldn't see, and although she blocked it, I didn't. I wanted to explore it more. So throughout my whole life, I've been visited by many beings, many spirits, many energies, giving me guidance for me in my life, and for me to find myself, my authentic self again. And now I want to pass the information that I'm getting through to you guys, especially in these times on Earth, because I find it very important. So back to the meditational experience. I didn't actually meditate. I was just sitting in this nothingness. But yeah, the connection that it had for me was when I started meditating. I know everyone's going to be going, what? You're 53 years old and you didn't meditate until just the 20th of December. Yes, I really wasn't into meditating. I was into experiencing life. And although I feel that through all the guidance that I had, it was like every moment of mine was meditating. I constantly had check on my thoughts and who I am and what I'm doing. Anyway, so I really went into some very deep meditations on the 20th of December. And with those deep meditations, I ended up connecting with Earth, with Gaia, and and Uluru that for those couple of days, but not much with Uluru since. But since then, definitely Gaia. I've seen myself wrap around her and just give so much love. And then I've seen myself as light energy going out to all different other humans and waking them up. I've seen myself even, sending love out to the ones that are trying to control humanity, keep their control on humanity and so forth. But it really intense Earth feelings. It's kind of did start further back in February when I had the connection to source energy, and the first thing that I was shown when this all started happening this night was I connected to Gaia, to Earth, and I felt she was going to give birth. This is back in the night of the 28th of March 2020. And when that happened, I was sent into the center of Earth as a tube of light, and there was many other tubes of lights, and some of them were representing plants, some of them animals, some of them different things that were part of Earth itself. And then at the end, they called me forward, and I realized that I was representing humanity. And I'm not saying I'm the only one. I'm just saying that this is what the experience that I had. So this is what I'm telling you from my own experience. I don't see myself as any better than anybody else's experience out there. This is just what happened. So with that, and since that, I've had this feeling of a connection with Mother Earth, with Gaia. And it kind of goes with the name that I was given by a Cherokee elder called Grandmother Carisha, a beautiful lady. I sent out a vibration that I wanted help this is a long time ago, 15 years or so ago. And when I wanted that help, I wanted it from someone authentic. And they brought me in Grandmother Parisha, and she's a Cherokee elder. So she came from Ohio, and I met her when my daughter was a little baby. So 15 years ago, yeah. So she gave me a name. She pricked my finger, and she went into meditation. She said it took her a couple of times to get to my soul's lineage, my soul of who I am. And that name came out to be Ilana Wa Nanahi. And Ilana Wa is turtle. And she wrote a little piece of information. I've actually just lost it just recently, maybe because I'm reconnecting with Earth now and finding my own way with this story. But the story was of Ilana Wa, who held the code, keep the secret of connecting humanity back to bringing them back into the new Earth, into the what could I say? The Earth that we're supposed to be enveloping, so bringing back in the right brain and the imagination and the intuition and all that sort of thing. Trying to remember what she wrote while I'm talking, and I probably shouldn't even try. So yeah, she said Ilana Wa is the turtle, where I carry the code on the back of the turtle to lead people through to the new Earth or returning back home. And Nanahi is fairy, but she sat down next to me and said that I'm a creator of the fairy. I created that. So in relation to this real strong connection that I have with Earth, I can understand kind of, probably not all of it yet, but I'm starting to understand there's a connection there. So in saying all of that, hi, Joel, nice to see you here. So in saying all of that, I am going to give to you this message that I got through Gaia. Now, before, just to point out, before, every perspective comes from a new story. So, all stories and all perspectives are absolutely valid. But for instance, if I tap into source energy and I come from that perspective, it's a different story, because source energy just comes from the observer point of view of everything. So there's a story that kind of goes with that, and that's that Torah story that I keep bringing up, where we're going on a journey. But then if I tap into the consciousness of humanity and the separation that they've had and where they've come from, and all of the little stories that are involved with that, then that's a different reality. That's a different story. It's a different perspective. So when I tap into, join with Gaia and become one with her, I get another story that develops. And all of these stories are part of the whole. There's no separation from those stories. They're all extremely valid, but each consciousness envelops a different perspective. So it's like going through these different layers, if that makes sense to you. Kind of like my perspective would always be different to your perspective, but your perspective's no more valid than mine. Mine's no more valid than yours. We're all part of the whole picture here. So this is all valid, okay? Just drinking some water. Okay, I'm going to drop down and pull up my words so that I can share with you this message. And I will put on my glasses. I'll find my glasses. Okay, so this message is dated the 7th of January 2021. Humanity has separated itself from living in the moment as all other animals on Earth live. And instead of seeing this era of grasping at the past and projecting it into the future, humanity has projected all others living on planet Earth to be the ones in the wrong, that somehow they are superior by worrying about the past influences and bringing them into the future to be worried about all over again, thus creating rules and laws to abide by so they can try to control all of these worries. There is no other animal, no matter how clever, dolphin, cat, bird, lion, no other animal on earth that does this, because all other creatures know their divine spirit in connection to this moment and earth. They trust their inner guidance at all moments, even if that leads them to death or transformation for their souls to be released and have the opportunity to become something different, to experience something other than what they were before. For death is but a release, not a punishment. In being this, all other animals have an automatic connection to knowing that their essence and combined to the moment and living with earth will always supply them with enough food, enough water and shelter, so their souls, or their part of experiencing the divine source energy or oneness, whatever you want to call it, can live in abundance at all times through their bodies or avatars that they have chosen. Without thinking about that trust, they simply live that life until their essence or soul has had enough of the journey and longs for the transformation or death resulting in an accident or an attack from another divine being, or simply their bodies just giving out. It is an error to think that we as humans need to hang on to this life for as long as possible, causing such fear of death, as in doing so will prevent the flow of many more amazing experiences. If this problem of living by clinging to the horrors of the past and reliving them over and over in your mind carries on, then that, my friends, is the end of your journey right there. That is the trap your souls are caught in, even after death of your souls That is the trap your souls are caught in, even after death, as your soul can only move on through life from where it is left off. And if you die stuck in your fears of your past, you'll be born again in those same energies, creating the same fears of that past. For you have forsaken the ability to live in the moment and flourish with trust of who you are as a human being, a creator God of your existence. It is time to relinquish all of your ties to your past and trust in the moment again, that you will be looked after and flourish, to trust the multiverse has your back, as your souls would love to explore all of the wonders of becoming human and creating freely without laws, rules, or worries. Your soul has chosen this magnificent path as a human because you are now ready to become creator of your reality and live in happiness and abundance again. There is so much more waiting for you, so much more to be explored from this trust and living in the moment. Your fears can only be present and control your path when you have given them the right to be in charge. But you, my dear friends, are magnificent and deserve to live freely with planet Earth, as she also takes this leap of faith into that trust and finally lets go of her fears of you. This is why the separation has ended, why you now can see clearer. The bigger picture was designed this way, to disconnect, because Earth had a fear of her own power through you thousands of years ago. She saw her magnificence as a creator through humanity's imagination and creativity, and she also saw the destruction that could cause if left to carry on. She called for help, and in doing so was separated from this power along with you, which meant that as humanity roamed this power with no more connection to her. The severing of the feminine, intuitive, imaginative connection caused humanity's imbalance, and therefore humanity needed to create a new connection. But in feeling disconnected, became victim to another being who decided to rule over planet Earth and her power through humanity. They found this easy, as humanity had nowhere else to turn. Thus, for the last thousands of years, logic ruled, and with it leadership and common laws evolved. This was because it was meant to be. It was the result of a lesson in power from the call for help from Mother Earth herself. But now she is seeing her magnificence in humanity again, and in her own power through our connection to her. The time has come to step out of this disempowerment and into being the magnificent, powerful, compassionate beings you were created to be. It is time to let go of the past, See it as an amazing lesson and move into the moment again. You are loved so much. You are many gods of the making. Embrace your power with this moment and go live your lives to the fullest. So yeah, that's the message that I received when yesterday morning, when I sat in this void and just allowed spirit to flow through me, and knowing that I have such a strong connection now to Gaia, to Mother Earth. Yeah, she flowed through me and gave me that, which I felt the need to create a video of as well. So I'm going to connect the video to this, yeah, well, to the Facebook. I just realized that I didn't connect it. Oh, hi, Willow. Yeah, isn't that so powerful? So powerful and so exciting. Thank you for being here. Yeah, thanks, Ginger. And it's so good to get this confirmation as well that other people are starting to feel this awakening within us all. I'm going to keep on. I know this morning I was told that this isn't the end of that message. I feel there's another part to this message and maybe even more after that. So I'm going to just, sit in that silent void again and see what else comes to me with Gaia, working with her. So, yeah, the way it's written is kind of through her and through myself. There's this kind of, it's like a unity that's happening. So if you get one person, say a male and a partner of a female, there's not just two people in the unity. There's a third person. It's not really a person, but a third energy. So there's male energy, female energy of what you carry, and then there's the combined energy, and that message comes from the combined energy of myself with Gaia. Yeah. Thanks, Willow. I'm going to definitely keep on channeling. I'm really excited that you're here, because you are such a fairy element. You're such an elemental, and I know I saw that straight away. I can always pick the elementals of the earth, and because that's in my name, Alana wa Nanahi, and Nanahi means the creator of the elementals and the fairies and stuff like that. So I can always see that straight through you guys, and you are so in touch with that part of yourself. It's beautiful. So thank you for holding that in itself. And I know that your journey is to connect back with those other elementals and bring them forward, because the elementals were lost in this connection as well. They had a connection with humanity and Gaia. That was their reason, part of their reason for existing in the whole, so that they could teach and communicate through Gaia with the humans. But that obviously, with the separation, that was lost. And so in the fairy tales, they became mischievous because they didn't have their essence, they didn't have their reason for being anymore. So they become mischievous, trying to get our attention, which we were very separated from. So that's another big reason. And I know you're very welcome. I know that Willow, you are absolutely meant to connect with those elementals and bring their reason for being back into reality again, because our connection to Earth and Gaia is through the elementals, and it's extremely, extremely important. And I'm getting goosebumps while I'm saying this. So yeah, no, there's no turning back now, Ginger. Absolutely, she says this now is the time to be our authentic selves. We each have work to do here. Absolutely, and there's no one more important than any other. We are all kind of firing energy to each other to wake up each other. And I know when I do these meditations and I go out as a light and wake up all these different powerful beings that are coming online, they are also feeding me and energy as well. It's not just a one-sided thing here. We are helping each other. This is unity. This is coming together as one to come back to the same, to create a whole brand new reality. And like I've always said before, we're not denying our past. We're not denying what we've learned from logic and the separation that we have from Gaia. That was absolutely necessary for humanity to understand, to find compassion within themselves so that they could go forward and create something even more beautiful. This is all valid stuff. Yeah, very excited. And so what I'm going to do is I will attach that movie. I'm thinking I should have attached it to the setup of this live, but in Restream. So what I'm going to do, because I'm still getting the hang of all of this, is I will definitely attach the movie so you can watch it with the pictures that I've put with it of this channeling to Facebook, and yeah, we can go from there. And I'll also put it on my website, Codes to a New Reality. So I also do intuitive counseling, by the way. So if anyone out there is feeling a little bit stuck or lost or not realizing who they are, I'm really good at waking up who you are and becoming your authentic self. Many of you are finding that on your own, and there's no wrong or right. Some people are meant to come to me and experience that for connection as well, because some of the people that are connecting with me, I'm actually writing them down in my book because I can see the powerfulness of who they are, and there's going to be some sort of unity that's coming as one tribe in the end of all of this as well. So if you do feel you need to connect with me, I do intuitive counseling, and otherwise I will definitely see you on Facebook, and go visit my YouTube channel because I've done a whole series of Codes to a New Reality. I think there's like 23 of them. I've done live presentations with Anthony's Paradigm Shift Summit in 2018 and 2020. I've done some live shows recently. Salone just interviewed me. So this information is starting to pour out, and a lot of that information, the live stuff, is to do with my journey and my connections to these other beings that have come through me throughout my whole life. So yeah, thank you so much for being here and being part of this. Very cool. And so validating that Willow is part of this, because that was through Gaia and she is part of the whole Gaia experience. Thank you so much. Yes, my YouTube is under, Willow's just asking if my YouTube's under my name. Yes, it's under Bobbie Richardson. So it's Bobbie Richardson. And Codes to a New Reality is the episodes that I've done. And I feel like this, if I'm attaching them onto Codes to a New Reality, this is probably going to be a whole new thing, because this is a whole new energy of me connecting with Gaia through Gaia. Yeah, my name, someone else is asking for my name for YouTube. So that's under Bobbie Richardson, Bobbie Richardson. Just look that up, and you'll see my live, you'll see my Codes to a New Reality. So thank you so much, everybody, for being part of this. And I will definitely come back with some more channelings. Love you all. Bye.